Hey folks, how's everybody doing? Hey Ray, Edwin. Boy, you're gonna be excited when I finish tonight. This is I've been focused on this XPX and the more I trade it, the more I focus on it, I see more opportunities. And so you'll hear about that tonight. But let's get into it. Everybody do me a favor, type in just type in where you're from and let me know you can hear me. Los Angeles, Seattle. Hey, Walt, James, Pennsylvania, Amarillo, Colorado. Boy, everybody's representing tonight. Wisconsin. I saw OKC go by. Florida. New medallion member. Congrats. Congrats. Hey, Morris, nice email you wrote. All right, let's get going because I really want to get into this. First of all, Friday is the kind of day you wish you could have every day. You don't. It really turned a sour week, a very positive week for everybody on Friday, and leads me to believe that we're really going to have a big week this week. So let's just keep our nose to the grindstone like we've been doing. We'll keep doing the 11 o'clock trainings every day this week, Monday through Friday. Having a lot of fun there. It's growing. I like that. And, if you want to go to YouTube and watch some other trainings of mine, you can go there, but definitely be part of DTItrader.com, the Telegram channel, especially T-Buzz TV. So for those that don't know, I'm Tom Busby. I'm that guy in that picture. And there's risks involved in trading. We always talk about risk first at DTI. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Now, Jim sent this email in. I don't know. We've been working on this now for a greater part of 3 or 4 weeks, trying to make sure everybody understands how the SPX works. And he used a strategy I've used in many programs called the BuzzFly. And the BuzzFly is a strategy. It's a combination of being long a call and short a call and short another call. But he had a pretty good run with using that strategy during the middle of the day, which I thought was pretty interesting. I would have never thought to do that one, but he's been reporting to everybody how good he's doing with the training that we gave. So that says a lot about what we do. Now, our goal is to get everybody like Jim, huh? Now, hey, since 1996, I've been teaching people. I have 3 books: Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. I'm a former member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange and an active trader. Clearly, I'm an active trader, maybe sometimes too much, but I am. Former Air Force officer. So I think 2 ways, tactically and strategically. In my opinion, I think that with the turnaround we had on Friday, there'll be a lot more to go, maybe sooner rather than later, based on the action that we saw Friday. And of course, you always got your Monday to deal with, but it's going to be probably a pretty aggressive day for us when we get the setup after it unwinds through Asia and Europe, and then we get into the day market, in my opinion. Now, my schedule, I've got Monday set up, 11 o'clock, train and trade. I've got my futures first. Every Monday at 7, I teach futures. We have a great time in there. Right now, we're long silver. Go take a look at silver. Trading, now this is one that no one's ever taught to you, have they? Trading the SPX at night. How many people knew you could trade SPX options at night? I like to ask that question because I'm going to teach about it tomorrow night. How many people were aware that this SPX options trade at night? Yep, they do. I'm going to show you a few things tomorrow night. I hope y'all can attend, 8 o'clock. Pretty good stuff, huh? Well, Tuesday morning we kick off the beta version, 9:45 to 10:30. Connect the dots on trade day at 10:45, our weekly trade service there. And then we do train and trade at 11 on Tuesday. Wednesday, we come back for train and trade that morning. and that night we come back for a midweek market update. Thursday, we have another beta session at 9:45 to 10:30, 11 a.m. to be our train and trade. And of course, Friday, we have train and trade, followed by our weekly wrap at 3 o'clock. We got a full week of training, trading, and if you can be with us, you ought to take time to be with us. Beware, you can always watch the recordings of these train and trades every day. They're posted in YouTube. So get joined in YouTube if you want to go there and watch. We post them into YouTube. Now, Seven Sisters update gets stronger and stronger every week. I report this. Look at the NASDAQ up 16% this year. Dow up 10. Did you see the Dow broke out last week? Gold is up 25. Now, crude is down 3% year to date, and bonds have starting to turn positive. For bonds, okay, bonds, they're up 1.71. Jonathan will post that in there for you, Deb, okay? Jonathan, post that in there, how to get to the YouTube channel. A little confusing. You got to tell them how to do it. Now, probabilities for the week: strong Monday, strong Tuesday. Look at Wednesday. Anything happening Wednesday y'all know about? How about NVIDIA earnings coming out Wednesday? Thursday, very hot day. Friday, a very hot day. Okay? Pretty cool stuff. That's Wednesday. Wednesday's today, isn't it? 10 plays for the week. Here's how I have it outlined for the week. What we tell people to do with my 10 tickers, take a picture of this, and when this presentation is over, go set alerts on these numbers. If these stocks exceed these numbers, you can get paid, okay? That's the way it works. It's that simple. I went through, this is my top 10. Here they are starting out the week. Any questions about my top 10 plays of the week? Pretty good thing, isn't it, when you watch these things? You look on Friday, man, Tom told me to go long YouTube, Uber at 98.55. Now it's at 105. Maybe I ought to listen. Yeah, Carl, that's exactly what I'm saying. I am saying if they go above this, you ought to buy them. Notice the diamonds in here for the first time. 458.55. The Dow is actually putting on some numbers right now. We'll probably take advantage of that this week. TQQ is a staple, 93.55. That's where you can expect to see it. 5 things to watch next week. First of all, you got 2 reports coming out that are huge. PCE is coming out on Friday. Does everybody understand the PCE reports? One of the big 5 during the month. Okay, it comes out, it's one of the big 5. It comes out at 8:30 on Friday. Write that down. The PCE is the preferred gauge that the Fed uses, and interest rates are affected by their reaction, okay? So there you go, right there. And it tells you down there at the bottom when risk is on, a softer PCE, they give you the number, activity boost, sensitivity growth, and eases the US dollar. Timing. Data comes about 8:30 in the morning on these big reports. Follow through at RB3 and get your direction when it matches Europe. Thursday or Wednesday, you ought to circle your calendar. You saw what the probabilities are, but NVIDIA on Wednesday afternoon, if it comes out with blowaway earnings and that stock surges, you'll make Friday look like we're just swapping spit. Keep your eye on NVIDIA. It's that big of a market mover on Wednesday. And so you got to be ready. It comes out after the market closes on Wednesday. NVIDIA. I'm long NVIDIA. Hope you are. I'm also long the weekly payers on NVIDIA. That's NVDW. Now, Thursday, we have the second quarter GDP. Now, it's going to be important to see a gauge of the economy and it sets the earnings base across the indexes. I think it's really helpful to look at that trend. Remember, Kevin Hassett, one of the candidates for the Fed, said in the second half of this year, we should grow at a rate of 4%. Well, to do that, you got to have some pretty good numbers on GDP. Okay? Housing check, housing, everybody's talking about housing might be hitting a bottom, especially with interest rates turning down. We're to look at the housing sector maybe in a week or two and see what we got as we go into September. Dollar General sort of tells you a little bit of test on the economy. And Ulta, which is sort of a beauty stock, okay? Got to look at that one. Treasury supply, that's going to be important to watch this because we're really at a crossroads with our Treasury. Keep in mind how they term the auctions that we have, okay? Is it strong or weak? And what that means. Key news and earnings. Monday, we got macro policy, Chicago Fed natural activity comes out, 8:30. New home sales at 10. That'll be the first look at homes on new home sales. Manufacturing outlook at 11:30. 13-week and 26-week on Monday bill auctions and earnings to watch. PDD before the market opens about 7:30 in the morning. Tuesday, you got durable goods. This is a big number, big report, comes out at 8:30. Watch the Treasury market around this report. It'll tell you a lot. That consumer confidence, don't forget, it comes out on Tuesday too at 10 o'clock. Wednesday, well, I'm just going to focus on NVIDIA. That's enough to put your hands around. If NVIDIA is good, the rest of everything else is good. So keep your eye on NVIDIA Wednesday night. Thursday, we get into GDP. We talked about GDP. You got to pay attention to it, see if it's running at a pace that makes you proud. We'll know that Thursday morning. A lot of good information this week about the economy and what's going on. Friday, personal income and outlays, advanced economic indicators, and Chicago PMI, University of Michigan will come out, okay? Wendy asked, if NVIDIA earnings are bad, do you sell? No, you just hold up buying if they're bad, okay? Hold up buying if they're bad. So, last week people didn't know that the SPX traded after hours. Now people know. And now Monday night, we're going to come back around. I'm going to give you some touch points at night you can look for. Don't have to stay up all night like I did, but you can get up and look at it. Give you an edge when you trade SPX, XSP. Okay? Now, let me just say this. I think SPX is the toughest market I ever learned to trade. But boy, there's a lot of gold in those hills, if you know what I mean. Okay, I didn't get there overnight, but by staying disciplined, I built a simple, repeatable system that will fit the opening hour. That system will be part of the beta test and be one that really sets a standard when it comes to trading the SPX, SSP as we go forward. Okay? Now, let's talk about SPX and XSP. Both XSP, SPX, and SSP are cash settled options on the day of around 4 o'clock. The reference bar, the full index, it's a large market. You got to be aware of that. But the XSP is 1/10 the size. That's the way I think of it. You get directional exposure with the SPX. The XSP, I think, lends itself more for being an option seller, okay? In my opinion. There's different opinions about that, but in my opinion, that's what it is. The two tactics I'll focus on in this program is I'm going to buy options, calls or puts, depending on what the tape tells me, how it aligns during the hours of 9:45 to 10:30 in the morning. XSP will be more of an afternoon trade that I will sell short duration credit spreads to take advantage of the short-term trends. You know, to do that, you got to be pretty good at timing, wouldn't you say? To be able to do that, you have to be pretty good at timing. Now, at times I'll buy the calls and do a combination trade, okay? We'll show you how that works, where it goes up, but not very much, but at the same time doesn't go up high enough. You make money on both ends. Work both ends against the middle. Think of a pairing type approach. Now, the new beta program will start, like I said, Tuesday at 9:45, where I'll do live trading with you on the SPX, and then I'll switch around the following week and work on the XSP week. We'll focus on Tuesday and Thursday for trading. Time frame 1 will be between 9:30 and 10:45. Time 2 will be between 3:30 and 4. Not a lot of time on station, long enough to grab the current trend and get paid is my idea. My plan is to give about 10 trades during the next 2 weeks of August during this beta time period. Now, I'll make it simple and straightforward. Anybody here, new option players, senior option players, will be able to do it. And the question will be timing. My goal is to get everybody at 70% accurate before we actually start the program in the year starting in September 15th. I think I can do it. If you listen and work and open-minded about what I'm going to teach you, I think you'll be better off. That'd be the goal. And here's a look at what would happen if we hit my goals with these 10 trades. But first, how good am I at timing? Now, a lot of you made these trades. If you made these trades, type in here that you did it. These are trades that is our goal for the SPX program. If you look at it, that'll be the plan. And I'll show you how to expand that on the profit side once we get our accuracy down. That'll be our goal for this test that we're going to run starting Tuesday. Keep in mind, I value accuracy in trading, which lowers your risk. If you remember, in May, I was 93% accurate. I know a lot of you made those trades. How'd I know? You sent me love letters saying, Tom, thanks for getting me on the right side of May. Great month. We got to June. It got unbelievable in June. I didn't believe this. Had 27 winners in a row in June. Okay, that's pretty good. Neil just said he made 1,100 off my training on Friday. We hadn't even started the beta test. He's in the SPX. 100% accuracy. Now, how many people attended Sawgrass where you can't run and hide? I had to stand there in front of you and do this in person. Remember that? We're 100% accurate, wasn't we, over those 2 days? That's Sawgrass. Pretty good stuff, I would say. Pretty good stuff. That was June. July, we came back with 86% accuracy. Not bad. So who's ready to join me for education and training? That's what this is about tonight, where you can be part of it. For those who join today, you have a unique opportunity to supercharge your results. I'll show you how. After signing up, you'll be offered a chance to add our long-term series and master classes to your order as an upgrade if you want to. Over the next year, I'll take you to the next tier of education and training. It's a lot of fun to learn when you're making money and growing your account. That's the way I like it, okay? I'm planning to hold 10 additional training sessions over the course, probably more than that, we'll see. Only those who take action will get that opportunity. Add these additional training sessions. These are some of the subjects. I have many more to cover, but this will get us going and get you going on the right path to doing the reason you're here tonight, right? And the reason you're here tonight is to grow your account. And that's what I'm going to teach you how to do. Now, remember, after you sign up, look at the next page if you want part of that training as part of the service. Let's review the S&P Alert Beta offer. Beta period will last until September 15th, which means between now and September the 15th, we will be developing different trades. Right now, we're focused on 9:45 to 10:30, 3:30 to the close, at which time your subscription will start in September. Does everybody understand? You're getting a full month of live action with me to be able to do what we're trying to do. It's not like you're going in there tomorrow and getting a trade. You're going to get up to speed and make sure you understand the art of market timing. That's a big part of what I do. We have a Telegram channel. Once you join tonight, make sure you get the Telegram. I'm sending information along right now, giving you insights and teaching you things that you ought to see each and every day. That's an example of how a trade will be written up. Pretty simple. You buy it, gives you the strike price, gives you the price to pay, gives you the target. Can everybody follow those simple instructions? You don't have to go looking for it. They'll be right there inside the Telegram channel. Can everybody follow that simple trade ticket that I developed to make it happen for you? That's the idea. Absolutely. Laura said, very easy, the best in the business. Thank you, Laura. Thanks for saying that. Reminder, this Tuesday, 9:45 to 10:30, 3:30 to 4. Everybody got it? Okay. Beta. I will do over 100 trades once the program starts. So you get all the beta ones on top of the 100 minimum. I'll hold the master classes during the beta time period to get people up to thing. My whole focus is getting everybody up. In other words, if I do 10 trades and everybody says that, hey, I'm 75, 80% accurate, then I'm there. But if I get there 60% or 50%, and people run into issues, I got to solve those before we start the actual subscription on September 15th. Yeah, it's sort of called Masterclass No Limit. Whatever you tell me you need to learn, like I can give you a story. Thursday, we had a trade we were talking about, and somebody was up $20 on their option, but they couldn't take a day trade. I said, this is a great opportunity for me to teach you how to avoid day trades. Nice love letter came in, said, Tom, I would have never thought to do it that way. Thank you for keeping me out of violation of the pattern day trade rule by that simple technique. Makes a lot of sense. You'll learn that. I want everyone to be up to speed trading with high accuracy and hitting our goals. Never had anything like this before where I spent this much time prior to the kickoff to make sure everybody's up to speed. This is going to be the greatest program you've ever been part of if you're one of those lucky 100. Now, I'm down to 30 people left. If you want to take one of the spots tonight, now's your time to do it. If we achieve our goals with accuracy and risk, it'll be a go-to trade each day. In other words, regardless of what the stock market does, you have freedom to trade with accuracy on any day you choose. That gives you security regardless of the market. The first 4 days this week, you're going to trade the SPX and the XSP in that downturn. On Friday, you get a call option and ride that horse as far as it'll take you. That's the way it works. When it comes to market timing, people say no one is better. Bill said it very best by saying that. Now, this is a tool inside the roadmap. Does everybody see the E-mini there at 6505? Tell me you see that, the E-mini at 6505 inside the roadmap. It tells you, if you're looking at SPX, which closed Friday at 64.66, it's going to go up to 64.84. I'm going to show you how this tool, it's called the Money Maker, works and how to use it for your targets and everything else. Notice I got TQQ right there. If we get to 6505, where it's going, this is a beautiful feature I developed many years ago to take advantage of the different markets. If you got the roadmap, that's fine. If you don't, we'll post it into the room to keep you up to speed on the relationship from the E-mini to the SPX, SPY, QQQ, TQQ. Now, tell me, does this make sense to everybody watching this, how important it is to know these numbers like this? Because 6505 would be what? A new high in the S&P. A 6429 number is the midpoint of where we've been. That's where I came up with those two numbers going into tomorrow. Now, how many people like a jackpot trade? I call a jackpot trade where you go for the gusto. Part of this program, I'm including a jackpot trade where you pay $1 for an SPX and your goal is to get it to 20. Anybody like this idea? Now, it won't happen every day, but there'll be certain days that you have a setup to do a jackpot trade. That can happen anytime during the day. Now, everybody understand? You pay $1 and goals get to 20. Okay? We hit about 3 or 4 of those and people go, wow, jackpot. I love that name, don't you? Jackpot. That's something I'm including. I'd be other things I include. This is a thing I'm adding to my typical 9:45 to 10:30 and my 3:30 to 4. I actually had a jackpot trade last week. That's the other thing that gave me an idea. Why don't I share it with you to set up? Okay. My plan is to give one of these trades every week it sets up. Pretty good stuff. Pretty good. All right, folks, here's the membership. We got 30 spots left. The time is running out. We'll get started as early as Tuesday. $2,000. Get signed up. We'll kick it off Tuesday morning, 9:45 to 10:30, 3:30 to 4. Again, there's only 30 left spots if you want to be part of the beta group. Yeah, Jim's wetting his lips. He said, man, Tom, I like this jackpot idea. Yep, we can do it in this SPX. Now, we won't hit it all the time, but it's going to be worth taking a shot every now and then. If you're a baseball guy, I would equate this to the Babe Ruth trade. Anyway, I'm pretty excited about adding that. Jim says, absolutely. Program gets better and better, doesn't it, Jim? You know how I do these betas. John, no, they don't. There's a little difference between the XSP and the SPX and the SPY called dividends, interest. How will you get the best results? Go through the master lessons I've created already. Be there live with me. Let me walk you through it where you can see it with your own eyes. No hiding here, where you can see everything. Very transparent. Get signed up at dtitrader.com/SPX beta or call us at 904-706-3532. They're posted inside the room. If you got a small account, don't worry. I'll show you how to avoid the pattern day trade rule. I can do it in probably 5 minutes or less once I teach you how to do it, and you can trade like a big guy without getting in violation. Now, remember, what size account you need? I'd say minimum $2,000, okay? Should be your trading capital, $2,000. Call 904-706-3532 if you got any inclination you want one of those spots. Or here's what you can do. You can post your email, you can post your name and your phone number. Nobody else will see it, and somebody will call you to make sure your spot's held for you until you work it out with Kelly, Jeffrey, or anybody else, okay? And they'll keep track of it if you type that in there. Will you be able to do the trades? Of course you will. If you can do simple options, you can do these trades. The trades will be posted in the Telegram channel under that trade ticket. Won't be any excuse how to read it and how to understand it. Why did I limit it during the beta program? That's all I can give this kind of aid and education to at one time. That's why I limited it to 100. We got 70 people there. We got 30 more to go. Can you do it in a retirement account? Absolutely. That reminds me to tell you, be sure to put on your calendar September 28th. I'm going to bring Tom Sosnoff on board to talk to you about the advantages of things and strategies inside a retirement account. Everybody know who Tom is? Tom Sosnoff? Everybody know him? We've been friends for a great part of 15 years. And he's working out his schedule details. He's going to do it online with us on that Sunday night. Pretty cool. Yes, Roe at DTI Trader will help you if you got any help in the beta group. We'll handle you, hold your hand, help you do it. Frank says we're 600 million. Yeah, he'll be here. Right. Jackie, Schwab does not allow it. You have to go to Interactive Brokers, but I'm telling you, probably the next one that will be on board will be Hood. Robinhood will probably be the next one because their technology is so great. But it's going to be eventually, everybody's going to offer it. No, you won't have to open one unless you want to trade at night, Robin. This is probably one of the best ways to learn options working with me, being one of these magic 100 people that's part of it. Call 904-706-3532. There's the membership. Let me see how many's left. I've been talking. We'll see if we got fewer slots. Let me do that real quick. Might be out. Let me check. Check the number here. Nothing like it. If you're not excited, something's wrong with you. That's in my opinion. If you're not excited about this course or this service, something's got to be wrong with you. Why are you trading, right? Okay, folks. $27 coming down. 27. I haven't, Don. I'm just saying their technology is so strong. Robinhood's technology. I don't have an account with them, but their technology. So I got one with Interactive Brokers. Their account is their technology is so strong. I think they got some pretty good technology. All right, folks. Yes, the jackpot will be included if you're in the 100 people. The jackpot trade will not be separate. It will be part of this package. Does that clear that up for you? Were you clear about it? 3 choices of trading SPX, XSP. You have the 945 to 1030, the 330 to 4, and the jackpot trade. Marianne, I use Interactive Brokers. I don't think it might be the best, but that's the one I'm using right now for night trading. I had some guy in here tell me they didn't trade after hours. I thought, yes, right. What are all these trades I'm doing at night, you know? We got a great week in front of us. Who's going to participate in this week with me? Yeah, Schwab doesn't offer, but they will. Eventually, they'll get in line and offer it. There's no reason they can't. The technology's there. Right. They don't do it right now, though. Hey, Laura, what do you think of the jackpot trade? Pretty good, huh? Yeah, Debbie, we got to get them there. I'll talk to Tom. Mary Ann says, beats the lottery. That's right about that one, right? I tell you what, you get one of these jackpot trades. Let me ask you a question. If you hit a jackpot, will you write me a love letter? I think you're going to have a lot of jackpot days with this market. That's what I think. Why not take advantage of it? Laura says, I'm writing a letter right now. Anybody got any more questions for me? Yeah, somebody asked me, I typically go out, if I'm looking at 10 tickers, I go out about 15 days, anywhere from $1 to $3. Mary Ann says she's going to get her husband to quit playing the lottery and play the jackpot trade. I like it. You know, on Friday's action, there were 15 trades that you could have bought for $1 and hit a jackpot on. Did you know that with SPX? 15. That was an extraordinary day. It's usually not that many. That's what gave me the idea to include it. Then he says, cha-ching. I like it. Oh, we'll do it together. I'll do it live the first couple times. Make sure you got it down. You can do stock or you can do options with it. William, most of them are in an overnight situation for the jackpot, okay? Most of them. All right, again, put your name and email and phone number if you got any questions. These spots are going and you want to make sure you get one of these spots. Any questions before I hang up and say, see ya on the flip side? Any questions at all? Hey, Jonathan, do you have can we stop the recording and play it? A lot of people got here late. They might want to stay and listen to it if you could.
Hey, T-Buzz, yeah, we can do that.
Oh, okay.